Alright, so for the animation of today's video, I wanted to try something. So yesterday, I posted a Super Saiyan God Vegeta animation. Now, in that animation, to try and recreate the Super Saiyan God aura the best I possibly could, I tried a new effect. I guess, I don't know how to word that. Basically, I mashed colors and shapes until I think it looked cool. And my goodness. So not only do I think it looked cool, but I like the aura so much that I want to see how it looks when I try it on, like, Ultra Instinct Goku. And that is what we're doing today. Okay. Alright, first try, I'll take it. Obviously there's a lot to clean up here, but we'll focus on that later. See, I don't know whether to keep this part or not. Hang on a second. Yeah, we'll keep it. Alright, once again, first try. We'll take it. My goodness, we're like 2 for 2 right now. And we're gonna go for another eye shot because we've never done that before. Okay, that's looking a little too thick, so let's maybe change that. Okay, I kinda don't know where to go from here. Bro, I am so lost right now. I'm just gonna start drawing stuff. I mean, something has to work, right? I am struggling so hard. That is not Goku. No, actually, you know what? I'm doing great right now. But on a real note, who the f- I've no joke been staring at this for the last, like, minute trying to figure out if I should keep it and, like, fix it later. Nah. So you know what? I'll probably save this head, maybe the neck and all that too. But as for the rest of this, we can get this garbage out of here. Dude. I am so garbage. What is this? And you know what? Just get rid of the whole thing. What if we go for that pose that he hits in, like, Super? Like that one where he, like that pose that he hits when he first hits like that pose that he hits when he first... Whoa. Like that pose with... Like, oh my god, I've tried to say this like 3 times. The pose that he hits when he unlocks Mastered Ultra Instinct. That's basically what I'm trying to say. I'll throw it up on screen. This one. Or I at least want something like that, you know what I mean? So, you know what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna try and draw where his shoulders and all that are meant to be, or at least what I think anyways. And then I can basically look on this frame and then like draw the clothes over that, you know what I mean? Okay, except the goal is to not mess it up like 30 times. What the fuck? And like, the better I think I'm drawing it, the worse it gets. It looks like he's just, it looks like he's hitting some sort of runway pose. I'm gonna go get a reference before I crash out, man. Okay, so this is the one I'm talking about, except I want to flip it. I can barely see the lines because of all like the post-production and all that stuff on the... Okay, hopefully doing that will help. Alright, first of all, the chest is way off. I don't know what's going on there. Now for the record, I'll still be drawing him with like the blue shirt, just not the orange gi, because I actually don't even have a good reason for that. That's just how I'm doing it. Alright, not too bad. So we can now basically just get rid of this, right? Now I just need to draw the blue shirt. Did I mess it up that bad? It looks like he's wearing a garbage bag. I can't tell if this one's better or worse. That doesn't sound like a good thing, so let's just restart it. You know what, I'll take that. It's a little bit raggedy, but I mean, that's kind of the point of it, you know? Now as for the hair, yes, I draw it very wide. I did that because I didn't notice how wide it was at the time, and I didn't notice it at the time because I just didn't. I don't know, shut up. But don't worry, it do fix it soon, my script says, but obviously it's meant to say I do fix it soon. So because, as you can see, I'm struggling to draw the nose, I used another reference. So this is yet another videoly reminder that references help, so you should probably use them. Unlike my dumbass. And like I mentioned before, I fixed his massive hair. And just to be clear, no, this is not the finished product. I will go over it again. This will just do for now. And it was at this point that I realized since the orange part of the gear is missing here, it might not be the best idea to keep it in the rest of the animation, you know? So I decided to change that before I got too far into the animation, only to then look back at all the frames I have to fix. And now we've got everything straight, we can actually start animating it. So the plan from here is to animate the camera spin from behind his foot to this shot of his chest. Strange place to stop, I know. After that we move from his chest to his eye, but let's just focus on the first half, adding more frames, you know, as you do when you make an animation. And here is the first preview of the animation so far. Alright, now because I felt it was necessary, and to extend the runtime of the animation, I made a loop of the clothes just blowing around a little bit before the camera spin happens. And for now we should be done here. Let's start working on the second half of the spin. Now just coming back here for a second, I didn't record it, but I added his other leg because it kind of looked weird without them. You know, it's almost as if it makes sense for his other leg to be there. So on Procreate, I drew a version of this frame that I was originally planning to use for the thumbnail, but since it's here, I might as well just use it in the animation as well. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm tracing over it again and not just using it, it's to make a version that's a little more consistent with the rest of the animation. I don't know, it kind of makes it look more like it's actually part of the animation to me. And to close off the animation, we're going to make his hair and clothes blow around in his aura, which obviously I have yet to add. By the way, I just want to take time to mention something real quick. I saw in the comments of my last video, one guy made the criticism that the final shot feels very static because the last couple seconds is just a loop. I don't know if this is exclusive to that video or not, but I basically do the same thing in every one of my animations, and I do it on purpose to like segue into the outro without losing any precious frames. So here I'm making an impact frame. Do I need to add one here? No. However, do I feel like the animation would look a lot better if I did add one here? Still no. Watching it back after it's done, it looks like it's just there, but it's very noticeable if I remove it, and I have a strange feeling what I'm saying isn't making any sense, so I'm just gonna shut up. Alright, the aura. I tried a few different color combinations for the aura, and this was what I settled on. I don't know if this looks more like Super Saiyan Blue to you, but I just think the colors match up perfectly fine with Ultra Instinct. And here is the animation with just the first layer of aura done. Here I am applying the final layer of aura. Not much more I can say, not much more runtime I can give this video, so here is the animation.